Hello everyone, and welcome back to SV98. Have you ever noticed that some of your favorite celebrities, especially those who have been in the industry for a long period of time, look exactly the same? Time seems to move in slow motion for them. Now, there have been speculations here and there that some people in Hollywood have found the fountain of youth. We aren't the type to gossip, but if there actually is a fountain of youth, then these guys are prime examples of what it'd look like. So today, in honor of those who look fabulously younger than their age, we've put together a list of Hollywood's not-so-young but young stars. Stick around as we go through a list of celebrities who you won't believe their real age, even if they told you themselves. Andy MILONAKIS. Andrew Michael MILONAKIS has been on the scene for almost 2 decades and has stayed the same ever since. MILONAKIS is a rapper, comedian, and actor who had his own show on MTV from 2005 to 2007. The Andy MILONAKIS Show. The comedian was born in 1976, but doesn't look a day over 17. This is because the comedian was born with a growth hormone deficiency that keeps him looking like an adolescent, even though he's 44. Remember that tweet that went out a couple of weeks ago, congratulating the astronauts that left Earth? Yeah, that tweet originated from none other than Andy MILONAKIS himself. Jennifer Lopez. Jenny from the block doesn't seem to have any plans on stopping anytime soon, and who can blame her? If we looked like her, we would not stop at all. J-Lo's first debut was in 1991 as a fly girl dancer on In Living Color, but has since grown from those days to a well-known face in Hollywood. J-Lo has the titles actress, singer, dancer, and businesswoman secured. Recently, she had the masses talking as she performed during the Super Bowl halftime show with Shakira. Many might have been focused on other things, but we couldn't get over how good she looked, and the amazement grew into applause when we discovered that she's 50 years old. If we could pick someone we want to look like when we're 50, J-Lo would be at the top of that list. Wenji. If we were to describe what it was like to find a niche and nail it, Wenji would be the poster child for it. The Chinese-Australian star began her career in 2013, but ever since her first YouTube video was uploaded, her channel subscriptions have been on a constant rise. Wenji, whose real name is Wendy Ayache, got her name from a play. She focuses strictly on beauty DIY videos and is currently one of Australia's top YouTubers. Wenji has over 14 million subscribers, which is more than the population of some nations. In 2017, she tried her hands at music, and it turns out she's good at that too. Some of her tracks, such as Baby Believe in Me, peaked at the Chinese music charts. As successful as she is, the one thing that blows the mind of people is how she's 34. Wenji really could pass for a 22-year-old, and we're sure this sort of thing happens a lot. Jacques Colimon. Lockdown has been pretty heavy on a lot of us, and one of the ways we've dealt with it is by binge-watching shows on Netflix. If you're anything like us, then at one point or another, you've stumbled upon the Society on Netflix. Hence our introduction to Jacques Colimon. Colimon plays the role of Will LeClaire in the series, about a group of teens having to create their own society. This is a role the actor plays well, as he had us fooled into thinking that he's still a teen. All this while the young-looking Haitian-American actor is 24 years of age and a graduate of the University of Austin with a major in film. Jared Leto. There are some Hollywood stars that were almost certain are either vampires or drank from the fountain of youth, and Jared Leto makes that list. Like, how else would you explain that he somehow looks younger every time we see him? The actor and lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars has been known to be dedicated to whatever he does, especially when it comes to his acting roles. So we guess that dedication goes into his skincare routine too. We might need to start getting tips from this 48-year-old actor who seems dedicated to aging backwards. Sofia Vergara. The Colombian bombshell is known and loved by all, especially for her role as Gloria Delgado Pritchett in Modern Family. She is always so full of life and attacks every role she takes head-on. The bombshell, who moved to America in 1998, already had a name going for her in the Colombian scene as a model and presenter. Upon her arrival to the US, her success continued as she starred in numerous movies like The Three Stooges, Happy Feet, and Medea Goes to Jail. Through it all, Sofia somehow looks like she hasn't aged a single day, and the biggest shocker is that the star is 47. Mila Kunis. Just about everyone we know loves Mila Kunis, and if you don't love her, well, we might have to question your loyalty. Her unchanging beauty, quirky and rather charming personality had us sold from the first time we saw her on That 70s Show. We just have one quick question for Mila. How is it possible that she's managed to look the same way for over a decade? That 70s Show aired its final episode in 2006, but the actress somehow looks the same way she did now in 2020. She is 36 and killing it, even after 2 kids with then castmate Ashton Kutcher. Keanu Reeves. If there was ever a star we needed scientists to take a closer look at, it would be Keanu Reeves. In fact, we offer him as tribute especially to the aging gods, given that Keanu still looks as good as he did when he played Neo in the movie The Matrix. That movie has been out for 20 years, but Keanu looks as if he's still around his 30s, when the Canadian actor is actually 55 years of age. We've always been huge fans of his, and have this odd feeling that he would look the same 20 years from now too. Keanu, do us all a favor and drop your skincare routine, please? Mario Lopez. Before we get on with our list, we have a few confessions to make. We, along with probably everyone else in the world, had a Saved by the Bell poster in our room, with hearts and googly eyes drawn across the face of AC Slater. Why does that matter? Probably because Slater was so attractive and looks just as good now. Still lost? Well, Slater was played by none other than Mario Lopez. Lopez doesn't do much acting these days, but he still covers the scene as an entertainment journalist. How is it possible that Mario Lopez looks well in his early 20s when the actor is 46? Monica Belluci. Monica Belluci has spent the last 4 decades in the limelight. That's 40 years on big screens, billboards, and so much more. But even with 40 years in the game, Monica doesn't look her age in the slightest. The Italian star started out her career as a model by the age of 13, and soon enough she was swept up by major brands, especially luxury brands Dior and Dolce & Gabbana. The star, at a point, while she still modeled, was one of the most sought faces in the modeling world, and was named as the most desirable woman in the world in 2002. We have an ongoing wager that she's still one of the most desirable women in the world, a good 18 years later. The star moved into acting, and is best known for her roles in Brotherhood of the Wolf and The Matrix Reloaded. She blew the minds of all who knew her in 2015, when she was cast as Bond's girl in Spectre, breaking the record as the oldest Bond girl in the franchise. Most probably didn't notice that the Italian beauty is at a shocking 55 years of age. Haifa Webby. Webby is a Lebanese singer and actress. Her career might not have crossed over into critically acclaimed fame worldwide, but her age and looks made waves where her career did not. Haifa is well known in the music industry across the seas. Webby started out as the winner of Miss South Lebanon competition when she was just 16 years, then delved into music, where she was known to continually deliver hits after hits. Her largest record to date, I Am Haifa, surpassed even her expectations, and showed the scene just how much she's here to stay. Webby has been involved in scandals here and there over comments made on Algerians and Nubians. At a point, even her age was being critiqued, but once the truth of her age came out, one thing we all agreed on is that she does not look 48. Jorge Lopez. Jorge Lopez is a Chilean actor, mostly known for his role in the Netflix drama Elite, where he plays a high school student Valerio Montesinos Rojas, the teen with so many issues. His acting has been praised continuously, as his portrayal of Valerio has been so convincing that some find it hard to separate the character from the actor himself. The best thing about it is that he had pretty much everyone believing that he's well in his teens, when the star is actually 29 years old. Ellen DeGeneres. For as long as we've been able to watch and understand television programs, the face of Ellen DeGeneres has been a prominent one. Quick spoiler, we've been able to watch TV for a while now, and as the years have come by, so have we, but somehow Ellen has been able to freeze her features and maintain her youthful glow. Twitter users once joked that the secret to Ellen's look is what happens when you don't have a problematic man in your life. Ellen has been married to Portia de la Rossi since 2008, and the two live blissfully with their pets. Whatever it is that has Ellen looking younger than her age, we would love it if Ellen let us in on it, because we would love to turn heads at 62 the way she does. Ellen has been active since 1978 and still looks as she did when she started. AIMEE Garcia. Remember how we said there have been speculations on the existence of a fountain of youth? Well, the more we go down the list, the more convinced we're beginning to get. How else will you explain that AIMEE Garcia looks half her age, and just as she did when she starred in George Lopez 14 years ago? AIMEE Garcia has been active in Hollywood as far back as 1996, with roles in Cadet Kelly, All About the Andersons, Major Movie Star, and a continuous role in Lucifer. While a couple of us might have forgotten about her from her time in George Lopez till now, seeing her in Lucifer had us rushing to find out exactly how old she is, and you can imagine our shock when we discovered that the American Beauty is 41 years old. Pharrell Williams. Where do we start with this man? If there are two people you would expect to see on any list involving celebrities that don't look their age, Pharrell takes the #1 spot. We just want to know the secret, Pharrell. Initially, we all believed it was simply a thing with him, that he somehow does not age, until a picture circulated of Pharrell and his father, which made us realize that this thing is a family affair. Pharrell made waves on the rap scene back in 1994 with the Neptunes and Nerd, and is still making waves as a rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur, basically a businessman. Because he's been around for so long and still looks the same, we all started wondering what his secret was, and it turns out it's just good genes. The star might be 47, but his face shaves at least 13 years off his age. Bianca Lawson. Everyone stop everything. We found the real-life Benjamin Button. Bianca Lawson is a talented and beautiful actress who's been acting since she was 9, which is a lot further than you'd think considering her looks. Bianca has been known for her roles in Saved by the Bell, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Pretty Little Liars, Teen Wolf, Dawson's Creek, only to name a few, but her talent is not a shocker. What continues to blow our mind, though, is that the 41-year-old actress looks 25. How is this even possible? Paul Rudd. Have you ever watched Clueless? If you haven't, we suggest you pause this and go watch the classic, so you can marvel at this shocker that we're about to drop. No pun intended. The classic coming-of-age film stars Paul Rudd. For those who haven't watched it yet, yes, he's the same guy from Ant-Man. He is Ant-Man. Watching him on the big screen and walking the red carpet, if you were to guess his age, please believe us when we say that you'll be completely off. Rudd is probably the only other guy close enough to rival PHARRELL in how young they look. It would shock and hopefully please some of you to know that Paul Rudd is actually 51 years old. That is a good 9 years away from 60, and somehow he looks 30. We can go on and on about the range of celebrities who don't look their age, but we care about you and don't want to fuel suspicions of the fountain of youth anymore. We might not have proof that the fountain exists, but one thing is for sure, and that is that there's something in that Hollywood water, and we wouldn't mind a little sip from it. Did we miss anyone who you think should be on this list? Comment down below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, guys, who knows, one of your favorite stars might make our next list.